This podcast is a member of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts and content creators, visit bio.link/red5.
Exactly, Spencer. I finally found that go live button. No, I was joking. Oh, wow. This is what happens when we do stuff on Sunday.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Right.
Exactly what happens when we do stuff on Sunday.
Yep.
We're all dragging ass.
Yeah, we are.
We're all just kicking back. Let's bring Nicole in real quick.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's my fault. I'm the
Hey,
one who
your
went, hey, we all don't feel like this last Tuesday. We're all just like having our own week. And it's me. I'm like, oh, we can do it Sunday. I got time on Sunday. No, Vicky.
Yeah. No, well, you know,
Yeah,
and
about that.
the funny thing is the reason why we didn't go Tuesday. I mean, straight up, was waiting for a delivery from FedEx.
Yep.
Would they probably show up, 6:30 our time, 7:30 our time?
Somewhere around in there, because I
It would
was
have been either right as we were ending the show or right still in the middle of the show if we would have went live. So, oh well. But yeah, but here we are. We're here on a Sunday.
We're here on a Sunday.
On a Sunday evening, and then we're gonna go right back into a Tuesday night this week.
yes, we
I
are.
know. I'm excited for this upcoming month, though. This month is going to be
Yeah,
like so awesome.
it
I'm
is.
so excited.
It is. It is. Well, should we get the business side of things done,
Yes, absolutely.
Kim?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
She's busy looking at her phone.
So, quick question: how was your guys' Saturday?
Oh, we had a great time. We went out partying, having fun, and went to a friend's house, swimming, hot tub.
Nice.
It was a good night.
It was.
Got home late in the morning.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, we actually feel sorry for a friend because he had to be up at 4 a.m. this morning
to get in here by 5
to catch a flight to Houston
by 6
because he's got testing for 9 days.
Yeah.
So did he think like, here, let me just stay up all night and I'll just sleep on the plane? Like
He probably did.
Most likely.
More likely.
More than likely he did.
So, but yeah, no. How about you? How was your Saturday?
Shoot.
Oh,
There we go.
it was good. So I went to Joliet Star Wars Day yesterday in Joliet, Illinois. It was so much fun because it's one of the biggest events for the 501st Midwest Garrison, and the Rebels Legions was there, and other legions were there. It was amazing. It was great to run into other content creators. I got to finally meet Jimmy Mack. That was like really cool. He's from Rebel Force Radio. Then of course, it was just fun. I got to see Ro. I got to see Todd and Trent of Big T, Little T, also of WSTR. Got to see Greg of Rebel Race Rock Radio. But funny story, because I cosplayed for the first time as Princess Vespa, and which was its own story. You guys, I could take a whole podcast talking about how I prepared for her. Okay, so I'll give you the last mishap. No, it's not the last mishap. I take that back. That was with the wig yesterday. I won't even get into that one. So the other day, I ordered a parasol. I got all excited. I ordered this parasol because that was recommended. Instead of doing the blow dry, may I do the parasol, especially because I'm so fair skinned. And so I ordered a parasol. I was all excited, right? This beautiful parasol, and I'd have it, and Princess Vespa has it. And I ordered it. I sent it to my friend's house because that's where I was going to be. I get it in. It's only like this big. Okay? Think about this. How is that going to cover any of this Oh.
Oh
And
my.
so I totally misread it. Must not gone into the description to go, hey, it's only like me. Okay, size matters, at least with parasols. So so yesterday I wrote Ro on Friday. I think it was Friday. I said, you won't believe this. The parasol came in. I've had a parasol mishap. But by chance, do you have a blaster I could borrow? Can I borrow? I just want a blaster to borrow because I wanted to hold something. I wanted Vespa to make sense. I didn't want to just be walking around in, what looks like a wedding dress.
Right.
He came through. And then as we got ready to leave, he's like, would you like to keep it? And I'm like, like
Awesome.
all about it. And my cats have been loving it. They're like, ooh, like they're like waiting for like a laser. Like, too bad this didn't have like a little laser. My cats would love this. Star Wars Lucasfilm, you should create a cat. Ooh. Hold up. I will be right back.
Okay.
Somebody's at our door and
Yeah, I heard that.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, that was part of the wig mishap, by the way.
Yeah, I
Because
figured I should. I figured I
I
should.
have better photos. I'll be right back, though.
Okay. But anyways, yeah. So Rose shared this on Scarab Scuttlebutt Twitter page on Saturday, I think it was, and yeah. So there's Nicole as Princess Vespa. I know Kim's seen it for the very first time.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Kim? What are you doing?
I was looking up that soundtrack information, but I couldn't find it. So
You're not gonna find your soundtrack information.
Oh, I did too.
Oh, did you?
Yes, and now I can't find it again.
You should have bookmarked it.
Yeah, I should have, huh?
Yeah, you should have. Anyways, want to shout out the chat?
Oh. Hello, chat.
All right, Kim, just hello, chat. She got naming names. Just hello, chat.
Well,
how we doing?
Welcome. We have Isaac.
So it's a friggin' 100 degrees here.
Yeah, Isaac, Dill. It looks like Shanty's in here from Pop My Culture. Spencer's in here.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, welcome.
Damn it, what did I do with it?
Welcome. I had them all here.
Well, yeah, but everything got moved once we got.
Did you put them in
computers?
Did you put them in the thing?
No.
You didn't put them in the basket?
No, I put them back in the 15 it was sent in.
Oh, well.
Well, dang it. All right.
Well, we had
well,
some.
Nicole's back, so nope, not yet.
So
once Nicole's back, we'll pop out. I'll try to find it real quick.
Well, yeah, because
I don't. And if I forgot where we'll do it Tuesday night.
Yeah, we will. We'll do it Tuesday night.
I don't know where the hell I did with it. I moved so much stuff around trying to do different stuff over the week that
I know. And I had it all together for a reason too.
I know. Because, just like I've moved the camera now, so you can barely see the desktop.
Yeah, you can barely see it.
Sitting on it.
Yep.
Which now I don't know why I got the freaking colors on.
Well, move the camera back to where you can see the purple.
Can you?
Yeah, if you look, you can barely see it, but you can see the purple.
Oh, okay.
So,
anyways,
if you want, we can change it to rainbow colors.
Okay. Well, how about we go through the shout outs?
Thank you to our Patreons.
Our business, I mean.
Thank you to our Patreons, Luna Girl and Dragon Buddy, Don Delasnooch Solski, Nicholas Schaefer, Steve Long, Hannah, Mikey, Brinley, and Case. Join our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/usedabusedpod.
Right. And just to get your name on that part.
Yep.
It's only $1.
$1, yeah.
$1.
$1 a month.
Not much you can get for $1 nowadays.
No, not.
Anyways.
Don't forget to smash the like button. And if you are new to the channel, click subscribe and then click the bell to be notified when we go live. Search for Used and Abused Pod today on all your favorite podcasting apps: Apple, Google, Audible, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and many more. You can find Used and Abused Pod on Facebook, the Gram, and Twitter. You can email us at usedandabusedpod.
Hi.
You can email us at usedandabusedpod@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail at 928-719-0749. Go to TeePublic and search for Used Abused Pod, all lowercase, for our merch store. There are t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, face masks,
Merchandise.
Which is ironic.
Merchandising.
Which is ironic that
Don't
we're
you
doing a
think?
special Sunday episode and none of us are wearing our Used and Abused stuff.
Yeah.
I'm prepared. I'm at least where I can't find my Ewok ears. I must have misplaced them somewhere, which is making me very ticked. So anyways, well, merchandise reminds me of yesterday. Merchandise.
Uh,
Yeah.
We are a proud member of the Red 5 Network, right, Kim?
Right. And go to bio.link/red5 to find more. I'm sorry, that whole scene in that movie's going right through my head.
Baseball.
Yeah.
And you can find us on the bio links.
Yes.
Yep.
And those are usually pinned at the top of our Twitter page.
Red 5 Network.
Yep.
But yeah. All right, we're gonna flop out real quick. I'm gonna go look for something. So Nicole, entertain the people.
I get to entertain you. Hi, everybody. How are you guys? I was going to say I have a photo for you guys, but I guess I kind of sent it to Scott and Kim, and they'll have to share it with you guys. So going back to the photos, those who were in the chat just a few minutes ago, if you're listening to this on Spotify, we are showing a few pictures of my day yesterday in Joliet. In that photo, I was actually with a gentleman named Jonesy of Cantina Cast, and I actually got to be I met him, oddly enough. I walked out and I saw him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know him and he knows me. And we met through Steve of now Rebel Rock Radio, and it was really awesome to meet another content creator in person, which was really awesome because we had done a podcast together. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Dale. Hello to my dad. Anyways, see, I'm a squirrel. We're all over the place today.
Yep.
But I got to meet Jonesy, and that was really awesome. I also sent a picture to Scott and Kim in our drive of yesterday, which was a better photo. Okay, you guys, I had so many cosplay issues to get ready for yesterday. It was crazy. But one of them yesterday was in that photo is that in another photo that I don't currently have, my wig slightly went backwards. So when it was so interesting because then my bangs, I don't even keep bangs, but like I had bangs that it made my head look all weird and stuff, but that was a better picture anyways. So I sent to you, Scott, and it's actually of me and Groovy Louie. Louie actually cosplays as both Mario. He's very well known as playing as Barf from Spaceballs. So we played off of each other yesterday, which was so much fun. So you said entertained, so I went back to what I was kind of in the middle of talking about earlier, but before I had a doorbell go off. You guys, I gotta teach this next generation to not ring our doorbell. Knock on the door. It's Sunday, fire friends. But the good news is I got a blaster. Oh, and I love it. Vespa became a whole new person. Beginning, I didn't have the blaster, and then all of a sudden the blaster arrived, and I became a whole new character. I loved it. You touched my hair. That's what happens. You get the blaster.
Exactly.
Yes. So this is when my hair is actually fixed, and I even had the droplet earrings. It was so much fun. It was a good day. It was fun.
Awesome.
I know you can only see partial of my cosplay there, but it was probably one of the better photos that I've seen yet.
That is freaking awesome.
Yep, it was a fun day. So that's Groovy Louie. You can find him on Instagram. Again, he played Barf. That's one of he's well known for his cosplay as Barf. So, yep.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it was a fun day. I'm sure I'll have more photos by Tuesday. So
that's cool. But yeah. So we received mail last week.
Hold up. Sorry. real quick to Spencer's question. Hey, that looks familiar. Spencer, you missed the story about the Paracel, so you'll have to go back and rewatch it. And I give the answer as to who gave me the blaster to go with my cosplay for yesterday. I love it. Yes, I love it. And that looks so familiar. And also, huge shout out because that person who sent you that also was kind enough, as well as Sidebar Cantina, ATSW Escape Pod, Conversations, and a few others also sent me stickers and stuff for me to hand out yesterday. And I have a few left, so I'm actually going to be saving them for Fan Expo next because I'm
Awesome.
stretching it. And I got our stickers in time. And that other person who you were just showing was Pop My Culture. Yes. Pop My Culture. I just got done watching her video. It's so good. Shanti did a good job with her and her mama. They were out on a toy hunt. If you go, once you're done here tonight, folks, go watch it. It was really awesome.
Oh yeah, I've got I gotta watch Friday night's Tavern because we were out that night. Then I gotta watch Sweet Luna Girl.
I saw that.
And the live show they had.
I saw that. It was good.
With their special guest. So I got to see that one still because we were gone. And then
Lemonster.
Pop My Culture because we were gone. So I was like, oh yeah, I got a lot of shows to catch up on.
Yes.
Alrighty. We got swag.
Yes, we did.
I got swag too. I'm so excited. I love the swag that I got so I could hand out yesterday. I really do. And I love it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Merchandise. No, swag. That's swag, not merchandise. I would try to be Yogurt from Spaceballs, but I have the height down. I just
business card.
Yeah, I'd probably end up looking more like Yaddle.
Scan the card.
Check out.
Oh my gosh, I've got a funny story to talk about on Friday night too, because Friday night I wore a special shirt.
Did you wear the shirt that somebody gave me, the blaster?
Yep.
By the way, this blaster is bigger than the original item I had also. Size matters. Hi, Zombie Reviews. You guys got a keychain?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I might have to I don't know, send Shanti some swag so I can maybe get a keychain. I want a keychain.
Yeah.
Magnet.
Although I think a flamingo coming in on those cherries like a wrecking ball is a good idea, Shanti.
And another button. Yeah. Another button. It's so freaking awesome. I mean, I was happy to get it. And then a personalized note.
Yes.
But yeah, so Friday night, we're going out with our friends. We go to this place called Fun Pad. We got a bunch of people meeting up with us. And I'm like, what am I going to wear? And I'm like, well, there's my Jason Rose shirt, which is a Sidebar Cantina one, or there's my
as long as it's
Ro Reynolds.
As long as it's not the pillow.
Oh gosh!
Wow!
Oh wow! Can you really? We don't own.
You let her wear one, you wear the other one. Then you really would have been the middle center.
So I decided to wear the old Scared About the Dark Ro Reynolds shirt. Obviously, Scared About the Dark is now Pop My Culture, but I wore it out in public, and a bunch of our friends were like, "Explain this shirt to us. Like, why are you wearing a naked guy?"
Yeah, it was quite the topic of conversation.
Hey, it's the best way to have a conversation.
It was a conversation.
And the cool part was actually a couple of our friends like, "Oh yeah, we checked out that Scare About the Dark a couple times."
Yeah.
So I was like, wow.
Wow, it worked.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, they had already checked it out because we had recommended it before.
Nice.
When we'd been out. And yeah. So yeah, it was quite the conversation starter.
Wow.
People wondering what
Talk
the
about
hell.
icebreakers.
I'm thinking, yeah, you guys ought to see the calendar. But yeah. Yep. So well, heck, the Jason Rose shirt. I wore that 1,200 miles.
Yeah, you did.
We left Nevada after, what was it, Hannah's wedding?
Yeah, it was after Hannah's wedding.
And coming home, I put it on the day we were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to wear it all the way from there to, well, yeah, because we came all the way home, didn't we? No, we stopped.
No,
we stayed overnight.
We did. We stayed overnight somewhere. I can't remember where it was.
Laughlin.
Laughlin, yeah. We were going to.
But I did wear it all the way to Laughlin.
Yeah.
That was a conversation started too.
Yeah. We were going. That's right, because we stayed twice at Laughlin, because we stayed last year at Laughlin coming back from Dad's.
Oh, never mind. That was your dad's funeral.
Yeah. Where did we stay?
We didn't. We came all the way home.
That's right, because that's right, because we pushed it all the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were.
15 hours in the car.
Yeah. We had.
Well, that's 15 hours plus stops.
Yeah.
If you do nonstop, if you could have no fuel, need fuel at all, it's supposed to be about 12 and a half hours.
Yeah, that's right, because we were planning.
Unless I'm driving.
Yeah. They were planning on staying. We were planning on staying somewhere, and then we decided to push it on home.
Yep. Which is the best thing, because then we could sleep in our own beds and off the road.
Yep.
But anyways, that's not what we're here for. Oh.
I would like to answer Dale's question. Yes, Jonesy actually interviewed me for Cantina Cast. Hi, Tina.
Nice. Hey, Tina.
I just want to answer his question. So check out Cantina Cast. They're on Twitter and Instagram.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. But we are here tonight to talk about the Return of the Jedi.
The 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
1983 was just a really great year. I'll just say it.
And the interesting part with the album was it was released just before the movie.
Yes, it was.
Which is interesting because usually, those things are all kind of released together. Or if not, the soundtrack would have been released a few days after. But it actually came out before the movie came out.
Yeah, and the other interesting thing is when I sat up here playing my video game, and I decided, well, I want to search out the soundtrack because I knew we were discussing it. And we searched it out on Apple, and it said 1983. I was going, okay. So then I pushed it and listened to it. And then I let Scott know about it. So then we searched it out on Spotify, and it's the same soundtrack.
Yeah, it's the original
soundtrack that was released.
Well, no, when you search on, I actually searched it out on Discogs.
Yeah.
Against the actual LP.
Yeah.
The original release of the LP, so I could look at the songs,
and we found out.
And the ones that they're pushing right now that they have out is the original 83 release. Does not include Jedi Rocks, does not have the new Yub Nub song at the end.
Nope.
It's all the original
releases,
songs from the original 1983 release of the movie.
Yep.
None of the extra junk in it.
Nope.
I mean,
I like that extra junk. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't.
Junk in the trunk is pretty.
As far as Jedi Ross goes, I hate that song.
Man, I'm glad Kim picked up on that.
I out of all the songs done for the special edition, Jedi Rocks is the one I hate.
Is that
that's the new version, the new musical number that Lucas wanted to do for the special edition, because he wanted a musical number in Star Wars.
Didn't fit.
Oh, do you mean the one where she didn't
right there in Jabba's palace
for the hut?
Yeah.
Hut.
Yep.
See, that didn't bother me. It didn't bother me, but let me be clear though. Okay, when I was young, I was probably watching it at home, and whatever was on, whatever TNT or whoever was broadcasting it, whichever one that they were showing me is the one I knew of. So I could have been seeing the original, or I could have been seeing the new one, and you know what I mean. At that time, I wasn't like into Star Wars the way I am now. I liked Star Wars. I already knew I loved Leia. I knew I loved Ewoks too. But I wasn't like, oh man, I wasn't like how we are today. I wasn't like, oh, I don't like that because it wasn't the original. I wouldn't have known. I knew it based off of what I had seen, and I'm sure I saw it both ways. Didn't bother me. Again, I mean, I was both an 80s kid and a 90s kid because of my birth year. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't bother me. It does not bother me because I just kind of.
So I was 12. I was going to be 12 that September in '83 when Return came out.
What's the glass screen? Oh, Tina. Wow.
That's what I'm laughing
We love our Tina.
Yes, we do.
That's what got me.
Yeah, we do love Tina.
They were discussing her lips.
But special note though, we have to remember that George Lucas had ideas for this movie in 1983 with technology that we didn't even yet have. So if he would have had that technology at his disposal the first time, it would have been like that the first time.
Yeah.
Just something to throw out there.
I mean, that, like, for me, the two things that stuck out to me, and really the Yub Nub song at the end didn't really bother me. After seeing the 97 version in the theater. Jedi Rocks, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. It wasn't like I'm sitting there going, oh yeah, great new musical number.
Yeah,
for me it was just like, really? I mean,
I don't think it was meant to be though, like this big spectacular like event. I think it was just meant to be low key at the same time, like just like although I mean the cantina is the cantina and that will always be. They will always be awesome.
No, I wish I knew what my magazine was at, but Lucas just did state in 97 that the reason why he added it, he wanted a musical number in Star Wars. And he, pretty much he wanted his moment for his grease lightning, I guess.
Well, and I think he had an opportunity, I mean, to maybe take something and maybe he thought it would increase that moment because, you got to remember that moment in the Hut Palace with the dancers and stuff. It makes sense to have music there because they're doing their own little, and the Twi'lek is about to, that was a whole nother moment. The Twi'lek being forced to dance and yada, yada, yada. Anyways. So it made sense though for that to
Luna girl asked whose lips. She says, I'm done for the day. Whose lips? So I said Snoodle's lips.
Size Noodles.
Yeah. Well.
Kelly, the beginning in the Hut Palace.
Yeah, for the special edition. Those are the lips.
Well, I mean, she had those lips in the original too.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like they changed her character or anything. I mean, it was still the same character. They just changed the song.
I just call her Snoodles.
They added the one dude that, counted it off pretty much and then did the rap part of it, But yeah, I mean, and now trying to think what else. Was there anything else? I mean, as far as the original 97 goes.
Hold on. So to Kelly's last comment there, what we were talking about in regards to that is, yes, we know there was music in the original, is that George Lucas wanted a musical number in special edition.
Yeah, I mean, again.
So I know there was.
I think what he could have done, I mean, this is just my opinion. I mean, again, this is a great thing about having a podcast. We can put out our own opinions, but it doesn't mean we're right. I mean, I would have said, take the original song and add your dancers to it. But that's the one thing we got to remember. Star Wars is the first three, even 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are his babies. And he can change them and adjust them all he wants, and it don't matter what we think. Just like most of us hate the idea that Greedo shoots. Most of us hate that idea. I mean, we all understand that part where, Greedo, I mean, again, we're talking New Hope now, where Greedo says, maybe Jabba only take your ship. Han says, over my dead body. Greedo says, so be it. That's enough for me. Boom. I mean, we're talking gangsters here. We're talking smugglers and stuff.
Yeah.
We're not talking
fair play.
Right. Yeah. So again, and that's why Yeah, exactly. And of course I'm with Luna Girl on that one. Definitely Han shot first. I mean, but again, and that's the one thing because like I said, she's like, well, because I'm like looking at it going, well, we got 2 CDs here to listen to of the special edition, because again, that's the other thing too. One thing they did do with this release of even in '83 was A New Hope, or not, sorry, Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back were both double LPs.
This one was single LP.
This one was released single LP because LP sales were down.
Yeah.
So a lot of the songs that normally would have been released on this were not released.
Nope.
And we actually did not get the full release of all the songs from even the '83 version of The Return of the Jedi until the '97 special edition CD came out, which gave us all the songs in order. Actually, these ones were pretty well in order to a point. And they gave us 2 tracks on each disc of archival, what they call archival music, which was songs that was pulled out of the original '83 release or original '83 movie, because George changed a few things for '97. So again, as far as music goes with Star Wars,
it's not as,
I pretty much like everything out there. John Williams. I mean, if I ever had an opportunity to ever meet him, I'd probably faint.
Oh my gosh, he's a legend. He's iconic. He is definitely one of the greatest composers of our time, not of all time, but of our time right now. He's one of the absolutely greatest composers. You hear his music, you know it's his.
Right.
And then you want to watch whatever movie that song came from.
Right. And the thing with me is like, I mean, or I'm sure with most everybody from our generations, is the fact that he is our Bach and Mozart.
Yes, he is.
He is our Bach and Mozart. He's the, and like you said, I mean, even if you don't like, maybe you don't like a movie that he did music to, but I guarantee you probably could put that music on and still listen to it, even if you don't like the movie.
That's what I love about all his Star Wars movies, but then even like, again, other movies.
That's the original soundtrack cover.
You listen and you know what you're.
So I was in the
it's
show.
like you can see the image or images going through your mind. When Return of the Jedi, I could like watch the movie just by listening to it.
Yeah.
It's like as if it's back like in the old days, like when they used to do shows on radio, and you would listen to a radio and you hear a full play on the radio. You didn't, so you had to use your imagination of what that looked like. Well, in this case, since we've already seen the movie, we can see what's happening all by the sound of the music.
Right.
Which is spectacular.
Right. Exactly. I mean, there's points where I've listened to, I'll put these special edition ones in here. And there's a reason why I searched them out on eBay to find them, because I had them. I got rid of them at one point. I had a little thing happen where I had to get rid of them, and I wanted them back because one, they're in there, it's in its entirety. And you're right. I mean, you just sit there and you don't have to have the movie on, and you know right where you're at in the film as you're listening to it.
Truth.
And it doesn't, I mean, obviously a lot of times in the movie, you're going to get they've taken this long song, cut a certain section out, and that's what's in the movie. But it doesn't matter, because as soon as you hear that spot or opening, you're like, yeah, okay, I know where I'm at. You can picture the scene that's going on at that time. And yeah, I mean, John Williams, I mean, the fact that, he did, before, besides Star Wars, Jaws and Superman, which we had just done, a few months ago or something, and he did, the soundtrack to E.T.
Oh my God.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people who don't like E.T.
And they also,
I mean,
we still love them.
As an adult now, I look more at E.T. like a wrinkled man's penis.
Okay, you're ruining my childhood here, sir. I also loved, because he composed songs within Harry Potter and stuff. But
Yeah.
in regards to Return of the Jedi,
Yep, back on topic.
again, Return of the Jedi and just really the Star Wars in general, he just did a fabulous, amazing job.
He also did it for Indiana Jones too, but that's
Well, yeah,
That's
a topic for another day.
true. He did do it for Indiana Jones.
Yep. But that's a topic for another day.
That
We're at Return of the Jedi, 1983 soundtrack.
Exactly. Anyways, we're gonna kind of talk about everything. Does anybody got a favorite? I'm just curious. Anybody got a favorite song off of Return of the Jedi
No.
that was newly written or whatnot?
in that regard, I mean, I do like the celebration. When the celebration is happening and they're dancing and they're merry and they're cheerful, I love that because I just love, well, one, I love Ewoks. Two, I love just that. I like a party. I like the cheerfulness and the excitement that brings. There is also, I'd have to look it up. Right beforehand. See, it's interesting because when I originally was looking at this release, I'm trying to think. See, when I was doing research on this, other people were calling this as 12 something something something, or this and this and this, and I was just like, what? And that sounds crazy, but I think that's because they were looking at it on a different type of music level, like maybe the notes or something. And I just remember going, huh? I want to say maybe it's called The Emperor. It's when Luke and Darth Vader are taking each other on. And then of course, then Luke is with his father, let me see your face. Oh my gosh, like that moment, right? That moment. And then you have that next moment when Palpatine shows up, right? And I love the music from behind. Also, I was rewatching the movie today because that's what I wanted to do this afternoon. And when Leia goes to see Han, saves Han and Carbonite, you hear this little overture, this little music, and there's just something there, the excitement, because it's Han and Leia, and it's just like, we melt, but at the same time, we're all like, it's exciting. So,
Awesome.
What about you, Scott?
Well, for me, now I love. I mean, out of all the new songs or new ones written for this one, probably my favorite one is probably Jabba, the Jabba, the Jabba the Hutt. I mean, we're the same, where they're going where you get that deep baritone, the baritone. The baritone. God damn it, not tuba, but it's just baritone
right.
style instrument, and it's got that really kind of dark, deep sound to it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I like this. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like for me, it's like I told Kim. I mean, when it come down to it, it was probably Star Wars and John Williams, the real. And besides, like some stuff listening to in the 70s, the reason why I picked up trumpet, and the reason why I stayed with it, because most of the stuff, I always hear the trumpets. Mm-hmm. The opening song, the opening theme for Star Wars, you get the trumpets there. You always hear trumpets and everything that's going on. And that's probably why I stayed with it when we got it. But yeah, I mean, you get the song these things up? No.
Yes, I do. And Ubaldo entered.
Hey, Ubaldo.
So Ubaldo, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to do 50,000.
Please get your shit together.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, this is the original track listing.
Yeah.
On Wikipedia. Wikipedia. So.
Wookie. Oh.
I tried to find it on Wiki, but I found it once and can't find it again.
Wookiees. Wikipedia.
The other one too. I mean,
I'll ask to the chat real quick. Do you have a favorite Return of the Jedi song? Just a question.
I've seen a bunch of them up here. I noticed I saw Yub Nub.
Yeah, the other one I saw too was I saw the one with the what was it, the fight in the dungeon or something?
Oh, by the way, I think the song you were talking about is called Laptic Neck. Is that the one?
That's the original one by
The original, right? For Jabba's Palace Band.
right. That's Sice Noodle saying. Oh gosh, I saw it.
Isaac said I enjoyed Into the Trap fight in the dungeon. So that's what I was looking for.
You know, going because I was actually you want to hand me the book real quick just because I was reading the
More
book
information
earlier today, and obviously showed this off a few,
Nice.
got the bookmark in here. And I was reading it, and in here they had the first rough draft of Revenge of the Jedi, and it was very shocking.
Shocking? What's so
Yes.
shocking?
Well,
Luna
you-
Girl says Yub
you had one they were going to pretty much what would be the Galactic Empire's planet, not known as Coruscant back then.
Yeah.
It was what's the name of the game? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
That's why I got it bookmarked, right?
Yep.
Oops, that's gonna get ripped. See it now.
Hopefully not.
And of course, I can't read with glasses on.
So let's tuck it under.
Had Abaddon.
Okay.
That was the capital of the Galactic Empire.
Yeah, that was a
But it was a full planet of cities.
Yeah, it was.
But the original planet, they actually had to leave the planet.
Uh-huh.
They polluted the planet because Lucas had mentioned in here, sickly brown haze was covering the planet. So they're going to the moon, but Vader and Grand Moff, there's a Rod shuttle. They docked on the Superstar Destroyer. And, well, actually, I'm sorry. No, they were going down to the planet. And they were talking about the fact that they're working on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Working on the moon, that one day it will be covered with cities and a miniature of the mother planet. We will turn the wasteland into paradise. Also, mentioned on here while they were clearing all this stuff, that this other planet, the moon they were going to, was inhabited by the native species Ewoks. EWAKS.
Which later became EWOKS.
Right, Ewoks, yeah.
Yep.
So early on,
It
Lucas
was,
already had the Ewoks working in.
yeah.
And then you get to this point where they get down to the planet, they go into a chamber, and there's a fuming lake of red hot lava.
Yep.
In the middle is an island.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in the middle of the island is a hooded figure, a hooded, shrouded figure sitting on the island. And they write, Lucas wrote here, this is the Emperor, supreme ruler of the Galactic Empire and master of the dark side of the Force. Then there's dialogue here between what we would know later become Palpatine and Vader. And it starts off with the Emperor saying, young Skywalker is more powerful now than before your feeble attempts to convert him. He must be destroyed. Do you hear? Vader replies, Master, you must give me, and it ... Then it says here, the Emperor raises his hand and Vader's breathing suddenly stops.
Yep.
The Dark Lord struggles at his controls, attempting to regain his supply. He chokes. Then the Emperor replies, you are weak. More machine than man. You should be thankful we don't destroy you along with your troublesome offspring.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. Why can't we have kept this in?
I would like to I'm going to show the picture of the original vinyl, the original motion picture soundtrack. I'd like to make a special note. That is blue.
Mm-hmm.
That is before they actually, because Luke's lightsaber in Long Run, of course, ended up being green. And on here it was green. It was blue.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
So at this moment, Vader collapses to the floor, and the Emperor lowers his hand. Then the Emperor says, "Your son has become stronger with the Force than you. It is as we have foreseen. Only we can destroy him now."
Yeah.
So once Vader regains his breathing again, he gets down on him into a kneeling position, still struggling to catch his breath. The Emperor then says, "We will tolerate no more discussion on the subject. The boy is ours." Vader says, "Yes, yes, forgive me, Master." Then Vader goes off to meditate,
Yeah.
but then reaches out to Luke,
Mm-hmm.
saying, Luke, you must listen to me. He will destroy you. The Emperor has greater power than you and I. You must come to me, Luke. Together we are stronger, son. And I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then as I got reading into this, I'm not going to read any more of it, but I got reading into more of it and realized the rescuing of Han. I mean, it also it talks about Luke building a new lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rescue of Han was Luke, R2, 3PO, Chewie, and Lando. No Leia.
It was different.
Because she was actually attacking the shield generator on that moon. Because also there was 2 Death Stars instead of 1 being built. So it was like, wow. It's kind of interesting when you kind of go read the rough draft of it going. The nice part is there are a lot of things in there that were kept. There was even dialogue that was kept, like the part where we open up with 3PO, telling R2, if I told you what I've heard about happens here in Jabba's palace, you would short circuit. That was kept.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just interesting to go back and read the rough draft of it going, wow, this could have been our movie. But then again, I'm not going to sit here and say the movie that we got was bad, because it wasn't.
No.
Yeah, I really do. I enjoy both the movie and the soundtrack. I love it. I do. I enjoy it. I love Ewoks. I love the forest. I love the change in the scenery. I love Endor. So I like it. And I like the puppeteering of Jabba. Okay, people, let me tell you, I love it. But couple quick cool facts about Star Wars Return of the Jedi score. It was recorded at the Abbey Road Studios in January and February of 1983 with the London Symphony Orchestra. And the score won an Oscar nomination for John Williams and Herbert W. Spencer, Thomas Newman, and Gordon Langfeld, who also served as orchestrators. So that's a really cool thing. I personally think it should have won. Okay, let's just be honest. It should have won.
But who was it up against?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
That would be.
It doesn't
I
matter.
understand, but I mean, also you got to kind of look what was it up against too. I mean, the other thing is too is Lucas was being after Empire. He was being sued. He's being fined by the Directors Guild.
No.
And he was
That's
also
a whole nother conversation, isn't
and
it?
he was also had the Writers Guild on his butt, because there's movies are supposed to be done in a certain way and they're not. What?
There's your answer. That's from the blue lightsaber. Sorry, we're half asleep here today. We're trying our best.
Yeah, that's why Kim's looking at.
I'm like, oh, just wait. Tuesday, I'll be so on it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
Nice.
to pop up, is what Luna Girl said.
Yeah.
This lightsaber was originally
In
blue.
regards to why the blue lightsaber was on the
Saber.
album cover. But it's interesting, though, that they printed up that blue lightsaber cover
Yeah.
ahead of time versus
Mhm.
movie.
Yep.
Because
Well,
we know that
you
they
also
changed
got to
the
look, but you also got to look at too, is when did it change green, and when did the record company get notification that it turned colors?
right.
If it was something where this was originally said, okay, it's gonna be blue, because again, we're talking 80s, so it takes a bit longer to get a lot of this stuff printed up. You know,
Not
this could
saying-
have been said, here you go, this is what we want on the album cover. And that's what they got because, oh, well, we changed it green, but oh, well, too little, too late now. You know, I mean, that's when they, you know, too, when you're looking at album covers, I mean, I've watched a lot of band documentaries where the bands have got all these different sheets of, you know, of their album cover where they choose which one they want. And this is what we're going to go with. But you see all these different versions of it going, dang, didn't realize this was a process. I figured, you know, you had your idea for your album cover, you got somebody to make it, and there you go. No, they would give the idea to an artist, and then they would go and create pages, you know, 10, 15 pages of album covers, and then the band chose which one they wanted to go with, or artist, you know, depending. But yeah, that's freaking cool.
Cool fun fact.
And Isaac's pointing out that Yoda was blue with long gray hair. It was really so, and then you turn green.
Green, yep.
But yeah,
Back to the film.
you can see back there. There was some really cool things in there about the. No, it's way back there, Kim. It's not there. It's way back there. A lot of that's where I got some of the, you know, with the LP, but you know, like Nicole said, you know, the fact that it was recorded at Abbey Road Studios.
Yeah, that's
right
cool.
on. You know,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
buddy.
the thing is, they recorded late January, early February.
Yep.
Of 1983. I mean,
Yeah.
we're coming up to, you know, May release of the movie.
Yeah.
And they're just now, you know, but here's the reason why. Because we know how John Williams works is the movie is playing on, you know, he's got the scenes playing as they're recording the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, you know, he just goes in and records it. He wants the movie playing.
Yeah.
And then he's got Lucas there the whole time going, I like it. No, can we change it? You know, and then him and Lucas, you know, Lucas would get together on changing the way songs would work.
I love how this
just like storyboards. Yeah.
John Williams, like it just, again, like I said earlier, it's just like you're watching it, or you can just listen to the music and you're watching the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that's because of how John Williams does it. It's just the way it's the way he records, and you feel all the action and the love or the whatever, the cheerfulness or whatever it is, that moment. And I think that is one of the reasons as to why.
Right. You know, I mean, it's just like that moment when, you know, Luke walks away, you know, after talking to Leia and saying, I've got to go, you know, meet Vader. I've got to go see him. And you get this down part, and then Han walks up, you know, and gives his dialogue.
What's wrong?
You know, what's wrong? And she's like, you know, and then basically just hold me, or, you know, and then he realizes what's going on. But, you know, it's like the music.
It does. It really does. I sat, even though I was playing the video game, I sat here and listened to it, and the whole movie was playing in my head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From the time the music started, I go, oh, there's the crawl, there's this scene, there's that scene. It was like a videotape in my head playing. You knew exactly where you were at in the movie and what was going on.
I love how you said videotape, by the way. VHS. For all
That's
you
right.
gamers.
Yeah, VHS. Yeah, those were the days.
Go videotapes.
Those were the old days.
Well, we were talking about the 1983.
We don't have return. We don't have return on. I mean, I know I showed them off before, but I'll show them off again.
Yeah.
For the younger kid, I'll just show off my favorite movie. So.
And we got, if you ever rented these at the some movie stores, it says "Be kind, please rewind."
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you should be kind. Seriously. Hold up. Oh,
Yeah.
Dear Jesus. Okay, hold up. Okay. There
Yep.
it is. There it is.
Yeah.
There
Yep.
it is. There it is, people. Okay, hold up. Look at all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Sorry. This is just beautiful.
It is.
Yes, Zombie. I believe that is true. I believe Indy 5 is his last movie. That's
It is.
his retirement movie, which is the reason why I'm probably going to go see it in the theater, because I want to hear John Williams score one more time in the theater.
I'm sure we'll be reviewing it. I'm sure that it's all on our list because
I'm sure I won't. I'm sure I'm just going to close my eyes and listen to music.
Well,
I'm not even going to watch the film.
after watching the trailer, it looks quite interesting, though.
I'm not even going to watch the film. I'm just going to be like, yeah, no. I'm just going to listen to John Williams. I'll pay the money just to listen to John Williams in the theater. That's what I'm going to do. Close my eyes and just, oh yeah.
Sorry, you got me excited.
That's
Fine.
fine.
That was the special edition. Is
Yep.
that the full screen or widescreen?
Digitally THX Mastermind for superior sound. I don't know if it says. It's a special edition.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember if I think the gold one was the widescreen.
Yeah, it was. The gold one
And
was the
then
widescreen.
And they had a silver one too.
Yeah.
Just like they did with the DVD releases.
When I found this, I was so excited, and then I just left it. I'm like, nope, it stays.
Bad thing about,
This is how it's going to stay.
it's sad for Kim when you have to actually put your name on your stuff because
people
steal stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's opposite with the DVD release because widescreen silver.
Yeah. And
Yeah. So
I've got
put her name on it.
I have
Hey, I did that on
almost
cassettes.
every format that Star Wars was released in. Almost every
Almost. We
format.
We just don't have the 4K version.
Yeah.
Thought about buying that big box that they had at Best Buy, and it was like, yeah, no, you're not sucking me into buying another freaking box set.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's on 4K. I don't care if it's on whatever K. I just no more. I bought the ones I want, and I don't know where those. I think the DVDs are back there on the bookcase.
Oh yes.
What'd you do?
I hit my headphones.
Like I said, the only song for me and Zombie Box, I think it was Zombie, or go back here and look real quick. I know I saw it, or maybe I think it was Zombie Box. I think I'll put it up on the deal. Zombie Box reviews put up here. I wonder if anyone likes Jedi Rock so much, they would have that playing at their funeral. Personally, I would have.
It'll be the Cantina band first.
Personally, he would have the Cantina band playing out into the next life. For me, it would be the Imperial March. Dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yeah. Me.
Yeah. When I saw Empire in the theaters, and that came on, I was oh yeah, okay, I like. I mean, in 1980, I was what 9, gonna be 9, so I was 8 years old when I saw them. When it came out, so I was like, yeah. So Imperial March is my favorite song all the time.
Yeah.
It's probably why I like the Dark Side so much.
The Dark Side.
I do. I mean, for some reason,
yeah. It's so interesting because it's like for them. I would always think I was one with the Force, and I'm very light. But yet, when it comes to certain rules and things, I'm by the book. But then I rebel at certain things. So, yeah, I pick and choose.
Mine's different. I remember getting dropped off at the mall, buying a 3-in-1 VHS set with birthday money, feeling so proud. Exactly.
Now the question is, Isaac, is it still in plastic? Did you keep it?
Yeah. Most of us when we bought stuff back then, it was opened up because it was our. I mean, when the special edition came out, it really it replaced my original. See, I didn't have. We just got these a couple years ago at Goodwill. The 2. I had the first box that I had of it was the where they changed the covers, where you had the Yoda on one of them, a Stormtrooper on the other. What? Yeah, Lunar Girl's talking about. Okay, yeah.
See?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had that one, and I wore those tapes out so much that they wouldn't fucking play anymore.
I know.
I mean, it was bad. Most of the time, it was bad. I mean, I think one broke. But, so when they came out with the special edition, I'm like, oh, good. A new one.
Yeah.
For me to wear out.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing is like each year, once I had them on VHS with my own VCR, there wasn't a week that when it didn't go by, I didn't watch all 3 movies.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, oh, let me put in A New Hope, or put in New Hope, and then the next day watch Empire, and then watch. No, it was boom, sit your ass down, 6.5 hours, whatever it took. It's a marathon, all 3 Star Wars movies in one night.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like,
yeah.
And that's what I did, And the funny part is, it's like, I know we've talked about on the show before. And I think it's still because I consider it the end with Rise, that I've not put in any Star Wars movies since.
Well, yeah.
I have a hard time. I mean, I don't know. And even when we watched Rise of Skywalker in the theater, we got the 4K DVD. Never put it in, or the 4K Blu-ray. We've never put it in. Never watched it at home again. We have never watched it. But yeah.
Sorry, I can't help myself. I like playing with it.
Right. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars has. I mean, again, in all of us, it has a special place in our hearts.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I
think the
mean,
music has its own special place, though, too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. Yeah, let me go grab that real quick. I'm gonna kill the camera, Kim. You can keep talking.
Hey,
Oh,
Kim.
no. Hey,
How are
I
you?
hate StreamYard.
I'm doing
I'm gonna
good.
keep saying I hate StreamYard. It's like,
I swear,
Yeah.
it's like I can hear you, but I can't see you.
I
You know?
know. Ow, that hurt.
Hey, Kim. Should are you excited for next month?
I am.
I mean, for this month. My bad. We're already in June. Oh,
Yeah.
Lordy.
Yeah.
I am very excited for this upcoming our series that's coming.
I am. I love it.
Tuesday will be a lot of fun.
It will.
We'll be going to the dark side
Yes, we will.
with the villains of
Yes.
Disney.
Yes.
I know we're not talking about the board members or current board members or anything
No.
like that. We're actually going to be
Yeah, we
talking
are.
about animated
Yes.
villains.
Well, yeah, we'll clarify that.
And I think more clarification will let you know if we are just doing just Disney or if we're going to be doing Disney and Pixar. I think it's probably
Yes.
just probably going to end up being Disney.
Yes.
anyway, so the 97 release of this on
Look
CD.
at that. Look at that. Like the gorgeous Death Star. Look at all that detail. It's beautiful.
And you got that TIE fighter there.
Like, I would love that like as artwork.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Could you imagine that right here?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yes, Ubaldo. Long live the villains.
Valdo we know who's gonna be the first one there on Tuesday night.
Yes.
I know we didn't talk about it. We're mainly talking about the original 83 release. But Jedi Rocks was recorded October 20th, 1996.
Yes.
So just throw that out there. It was recorded at Lansdowne Studios, London, England.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, and the cool part is that's part of the reason why I did want to pull this out, because it was January 17th, 21st, 22nd, and 31st, February 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 10th, 1983, when they recorded the original.
Yeah, which is interesting because, like you said, it was before the May release, and then that.
Well, yeah, but you had to have the movie almost completely finished.
Well, yeah, you did.
No, I'm not gonna let you finish. How the hell would I do that?
Because that's what gentlemen do.
But
Who the heck said I was a gentleman?
but no, it's just
I
interesting.
guess not.
I'm not Cal.
It's just interesting with that piece of information because they released the soundtrack. The movie was released in May, and that June of that same year, my family all took in the Return of the Jedi at a theater in Utah. What used to be
Utah?
yeah, in Utah.
Utah?
And it's like, it's so interesting how everything just, doing the study on the soundtrack, everything just went boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at here?
Oh, he's got more information that he's looking for. If you're wondering,
Yeah, no.
what's going on.
There's this one here that really got me. the Tatooine Rendezvous song on here, right? Accompanies the sequence eliminated from the film. It was the part, it's the one deleted scene where we hear Vader using the Force to contact Luke while Luke is building his lightsaber. And again, why I bring that up is because you'd always had this problem when the original movie.
When I first watched the movie, I was wondering why he got or how he got his new lightsaber, his new green lightsaber, because I had watched the other two. I had seen the Empire Strikes Back. And so I'd always had this question, how did he get the new lightsaber? Well, it never got answered until just now.
Well, what, you never watched the deleted scenes?
Well, until I watched the deleted scenes. Yeah, me, Movell and I watched them.
Your brother.
Yeah, my brother Movell and I watched the deleted scenes, and I go, oh, well, now it finally answers my question many years later.
Right.
Hey, it still answered the question. You just had to be patient, Kim.
That's right.
Great things come with time.
That's right.
Yeah, not too many people drive around, and you when you're out driving in your car, cruising Main Street or whatnot, just cruising, going to cities and stuff. You usually are listening to upbeat, kick your ass music to keep you awake. Regardless if you like country, metal, or pop or whatnot, you're listening to stuff that's going to keep you awake on the trip.
Yeah.
When this came out in 97, when the three of them came out in 97, I would constantly play them in my vehicle.
Well, yeah.
And mind you, I had the equalizer, the amps, 12-inch woofers. Hearing Star Wars through that is amazing.
Oh, I bet.
But yeah. So what are the coolest things you got with it?
With what?
We got anything else about the soundtrack?
Oh, no, just it was really just
okay, well, here, I'm gonna throw this out to everybody, including the chat. We'll try Kim will watch the chat, watch for you guys' answers. Favorite scene, I don't care if it's out of the special edition or just the original, favorite scene out of Return of the Jedi.
Favorite scene in Return of the Jedi?
Yes.
There's many. Like, it's hard to pick just one. Like, I'm like, well, you got going backwards. Sorry. I love the celebration scenes. I love, again, when Vader, the helmet's taken off of Vader and Luke, between that moment and that moment. I love the moment when he finds out that's his father. Luke, I am your father. There's so many good scenes. How dare you, Scott, make the whole movie, Scott? How dare you?
All right. So Spencer just put in there his favorite scene is Cy Snoodle singing.
Okay, Spencer, really? I'm calling your bluff.
And then Dell put in here impressive, most impressive, but you are not a Jedi yet.
My favorite, again, I'm like Nicole. I really, even as much as I hate.
He's the one who asked the question, people.
As much as the reason why I asked is because I wanted to see where you would go and where, I had actually thrown this out to her earlier today, right? And she looked at me like I had, really? Favorite scene?
Yeah.
I agree with her, and I agree with you. You
can't pick one.
It's the movie. Even as much as I give crap about the Ewoks, and you guys know I do this, mainly because when I walked out of the theater, my little sister said, "Weren't the cute little teddy bears? Weren't the teddy bears?
I love these Ewoks."
I'm like, dude, no, not
Ewoks.
Yeah. Again, it's not like I would go in there and automatically, let me skip this, especially when you got, or even in VHS, I didn't go hit their fast forward button to get past the whole Ewoks, because eventually as time gone on and you had the movie at home, I started going, where the hell did they get a dress that fit Leia? So obviously they had to eat a Leia-sized human once.
Continue to read your book and maybe that'll be the answer.
Yeah, it might be. I know. I got to finish reading that one.
I go, it's a movie. It'll be okay.
And Dell also put in here, join me. Together we can overthrow the Emperor and rule the galaxy as father and son.
Yep.
And then Spencer put
I
in
can
here.
hear James
my-
Earl Jones speaking, right?
Yeah.
Join
Mhm.
me. Together we can overthrow the
Yep.
Emperor and rule the galaxy as father and son. I can hear James Earl Jones, the
Yeah.
great James Earl Jones. Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I love him too. His voice, all exciting. Anyways, I can hear him. And then
Holy crud. Hold it. Have you everybody been paying attention to the chat?
Yeah.
Fully?
yeah,
Okay,
that's
so-
what we're talking about. We were talking about.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I
So
saw
Zombie
that.
said
Yay!
we're one away. Hold on.
Everybody hit the like button, subscribe button, please. Please.
And now we're at 100.
Woo,
Yeah.
woo.
Yeah,
Because
I've
he
been,
mentions it right here.
We
Yeah.
can have an Ewok celebration. Woo!
no, I saw that post in the chat, but you guys were talking about your favorite scenes. So yeah, he says you guys are one away from 100, and then I saw it posted.
Well, no, that's what I was going through there real quick. The whole Emperor, Vader, Luke sequence is, I love that.
That's what
But again, I agree with Isaac. Don't make me just pick one because there's so much going on in the movie. Like the part where Luke is using telling 3PO, to tell him you are a god, and that if they don't release your release your friends, pretty much, you will wreak havoc or whatever on the village, and and 3PO's like, oh, I can't, act like a deity, whatnot, and then Luke all of a sudden raises them,
Yeah.
and they're like freaking out, chopping everybody up, getting them off the menu.
Yeah, we'll party like Ewoks.
yeah.
Isaac
And then-
says, Zombie Box says, I see 100. Isaac says, I see 89.
Oh, I just looked at it and said 100.
Yeah. And
We did it. Congratulations. We're at 100.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Spencer says, seriously, my favorite is a part where the Emperor's plan starts to click together. But yeah, I see him as it's 100. Yeah. And then
Yep, Isaac said just refresh. Yeah, that's the one thing. Thanks, Isaac. Thank you, the Zombie Box reviews, because holy
Thank you
crap.
to everybody.
Thank you to
Yes.
everyone that's ever subscribed. We
Yes.
appreciate it.
And then
Kim's all excited. I know she's really excited for it because
Isaac, I'm not doing an excited jig, okay? I'm celebrating as if I'm in Endor with the Ewoks and Leia and Han and all Lando, Chewie, C-3PO, R2-D2. I mean, that's what we're doing. We're just having a party.
Yeah.
I forgot. I had one more thing for show and tell with R2-D2, but that's okay. I can wait.
and then Luna,
it keeps growing.
I know.
Uh-huh.
And then Luna Girl says her favorite scene is when Vader saves Luke and Luke takes off Vader's helmet. That I agree with. Yeah.
Okay. Since we're talking adding stuff in, we miles it. I always love saying this. Talk about the elephant in the room.
There's an elephant in the room. Where?
Where's the trunk and what color?
Well, if you pull my finger, it's pink.
Do not pull his finger, Kim. That is the worst and oldest trick in the book. Do not do it.
Thoughts on when they replaced? Oh shoot, his name was Shaw. Bernard was not Bernard.
You're gonna go a hot topic
Yeah, we're going hot topic now.
instead of talking about music and low keyness.
Well, let's talk about the hot topic real quick. And what was your thoughts on when they replaced the original guy that played Anakin after they removed the helmet? Because we all know that for before that it was David Prowse in the suit. Then they brought in Shaw. I can't remember his first name now. I'll save my life.
Yeah.
And then when
The prequels came out, they replaced him with
Hayden Christensen
Okay.
in the ghost scene.
I hate to, I don't mean to sound like condescending or anything like that, But for the longest time, I had a problem with that when they replaced with Hayden Christensen. But as I watched it, you know, as I continued to watch, I thought, okay, well, now you have to put him in there because he actually played Anakin / Vader in 1, 2, and 3.
Thank you, Baldo Sebastian Shaw.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I
And
agree. Bring
so,
him back.
yeah, I agree too. But you had to, if you wanted any type of continuity, which we all know that there's not much continuity to any of these. But if you wanted to try and get it, then yes, you had to.
Yeah, let's talk about Qui-Gon.
Yeah, you had to impose Hayden Christensen in there because he was the one that played Vader / Anakin. But I just,
You know what? I'm gonna act like Grogu right now. No.
Okay. I have my own thoughts.
Go ahead.
But no. Okay. I feel that yes, while Sebastian Shaw was the original one in Behind the Mask, I'm gonna go a little bit more. I feel they should have left David Prowse. I feel when the mask was taken off, they should have allowed him to have his moment and had David Prowse. Because even though he was not the voice, he was the physical body.
Yeah.
So technically, Sebastian Shaw is also Vader, even though he's not who we had the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
It was David Prowse.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna go there, I'm like, if you're gonna go there, then you better I just hope people would go there, because guess what? Sebastian Shaw wasn't with us for all those for the other ones. It was David Prowse, and then James Earl Jones is the voice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go even further. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with David Prowse, somebody who deserved and should have earned more than earned his credit and his right to be the man behind the mask.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, out of this, we're talking about what was already filmed. I mean, again, I agree. David Prowse should have had that moment.
Yeah, because guess what? He was already in that suit. And for him, that was a major cutthroat moment for him.
It was.
Like how they took something that he thought he was going to do. He didn't know until he was in the theater. They didn't have the balls or the guts to tell him. No. So y'all who are talking about Sebastian Shaw and talking about Andy Christensen, let me tell you, if you had worked your asses off, as Vader behind the mask, and you were in the theater and they took away your moment, how would you feel? Huh?
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking. Let me tell you, I think it should have been David Prowse. And I would like to interrupt this very fun moment with a sidebar moment from yesterday, because it was a funny moment. So I got to meet this awesome artist, which I will talk about Tuesday night. And there was a Vader, right, standing a few feet away from me. A gentleman who is naturally taller than us. I mean, naturally taller than Vader, went past him, and Vader actually started getting up on his feet, trying to be taller than this gentleman who was naturally taller than him by 3 or 4 inches. It was the most hilarious thing. I wish I had pulled out my camera and video. It was hilarious to see a man naturally taller than this Vader, and Vader trying to be to upstage him. And it reminded me of David Prowse, because David Prowse was naturally that tall.
Right.
And then, of course, Hayden Christensen in the 90s, he got them to do what was right, which is, hey, no, let me be the man behind the mask. Let me. And that's also another true story. For those who don't know, is that Hayden Christensen had a fight for his right to be in the man behind the mask and in the suit. In the when it came down to it for 1, 2, and 3, for number 3, he had to fight for that. So I mean, and maybe that's also one of the reasons. Maybe there was a contract thing. However, sorry, I got off on my sidebar and I'm heading back. But I just think there's just so many details there and facts from behind the scenes that makes all the difference. And maybe there was contract stuff, but dude, Lucasfilm, You want to talk about one time when you messed up? That was probably one of their biggest, at least in the 80s. In the 80s,
I mean, and the thing is, I haven't made that far through that part through Return of the Jedi yet to even know. I'm hoping maybe it was asked why. If not, I'm going to be digging through a bunch of my old magazines to find out if that question was ever been put to George Lucas.
Why they didn't have?
Why
David
have... Prowse was never, there to be the one who removed the helmet.
And they should have.
Right.
And if they weren't going to, then they should have had the balls
to tell him.
To been honest with him. We are going to change that. Because if you don't, all you do is look like a coward. Whoever made this decision and didn't tell him was a coward.
Yeah.
Cowardice. No. And I get it. It's Hollywood. But
this is where I was going.
Supporting them.
This is where I was going with it. When they, again, I agree. Yes, David Prowse should have had that scene the whole time, but since he didn't, and it was Sebastian Shaw, that's what I was going. Exactly what Tina kind of said. I guess for me, it didn't make sense because Obi-Wan is old Obi-Wan.
That's a good point.
Anakin is the young Force Ghost. Maybe it was a chosen one thing. Now, for me, I'm looking at this as this is going. Anakin, young Anakin, Hayden Christensen that we get to know later because, the way the movies are filmed. That's when he turned into Vader. He went to the dark side. He was not good.
Yeah.
When Luke turns him back, that's the one that should become the Force Ghost.
Yeah.
But my late wife one time said, well, yeah, but you got to look at it. It's Lucas trying to bring the movies all together.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Finally releasing his spirit the way it was.
Right. And then Spencer is growing up with it. It makes sense that Anakin is there.
Right.
That's the last time he was good.
This is the thing when you are both slightly an 80s kid and 90s kid. Technically, I was an 80s kid and a 90s kid. We had both. So depending on what you're watching, it's just what kind of happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. And
I wasn't so in depth and in so deep that I was like, no, I wasn't like that. I was just like, okay, good movie. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I was not having a fit over things then.
And again,
there was real life stuff that I was worried about. So,
and again, it was when they released it on DVD anyways, when they added Hayden in there. And it was just before the release of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Episode 3. So that's when they changed from Shaw to, but again, I just wanted to know where everybody's take was on it. But yeah, what's up, Kim?
Oh,
They can't hear you.
No. I was just popping that up. I can see the symbolic state side of it all. That kind of interested me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Sorry, I'm watching the chat and reaching over without my mic.
I know.
So,
right?
I know.
But no, other than that, again, obviously it doesn't matter. When Lucas
really
sold the movies to Disney's not allowed to touch the first 6. They can't do nothing to them. They can't go in and as much of us want, Greedo shooting first taken out. Lucas can't. They can't do it. Remember?
That is okay. I don't know if this is fully true, but it is partially true. So I do know that a reporter had asked David Prowse about the movie. Maybe he didn't know. Y'all, we were not like where we are now in technology. No. If he wasn't told, or if it wasn't in contract that he was supposed to keep his mouth 100% shut, he.
Okay, so we got 2 parts here for Isaac. Again, let me read you bottles real quick. If I remember, Lucas blamed Dave for leaking secrets of the movie, but it was never Dave, so that is why his face was not revealed.
See, that's bold. That is bold. It's cowardice.
And then Isaac put up that David Prowse, the actor who portrayed Darth Vader in the original trilogy, was not used for the scene where Vader was unmasked at the end of Return of the Jedi because director George Lucas felt that West Country accent would not match the voice of James Earl Jones, who provided the voice for Vader.
No. but they could have switched his voice, and they know that.
Well, yeah.
Additionally, Lucas felt that Proust's physical presence did not match that of a more slender Sebastian Shaw, who portrayed the unmasked Vader in the final film.
Yeah.
But again, it still comes down
Thank
to
you, Isaac.
the
Thank you,
gall.
Isaac, and
They
also
still-
Ubaldo.
They didn't have the gall to still tell him.
No, they didn't.
Sorry, but if he was good enough for one thing but not good enough for another, then I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just no. I'm sorry. I love George Lucas and what he's created, but that's one thing I don't think I would. I won't agree with him.
Yeah.
Like, no, just it wouldn't have. Spencer,
Don't even
Ow.
go there. Don't even go
Spencer,
there. Don't go there.
Spencer.
I mean, I guess they can have a song
Tim's
called
about to turn
X-Wing
into a
Lightning.
Disney villain right before our eyes.
I guess they can have a song called X-Wing Lightning.
No. No.
Scott,
How about
No.
them Hoth Eve Nights?
No. I'm sorry. Star Wars is not a effing musical.
Spencer, do you see what you did? Spencer?
Sorry, but no.
Thanks,
No.
Sally.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Star Wars is funny. I mean, it's funny in the way the fans are.
Yeah.
I mean, you got like Spencer. You know, he grew up with the prequel trilogy
Yeah.
first.
he
Right.
did.
It
And
depends.
that's the thing is if you're watching this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well then,
Right. Makes a difference.
right.
It does.
You know, I know a lot of people sit there and say, well, if you're going to show people that you do it in release order, and I'm like, does it really matter?
You know, I don't know.
I mean, I just wondered if the chat ever thinks, if anybody thinks it matters to watch it release order or in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mean, even when Luke is first told about Vader, it's still an gotcha moment because
Yeah, it is.
of the fact that Luke doesn't know that it's his father.
Well, yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah.
All right.
Huh?
Huh?
Ubaldo said something.
Your bottle said something. Okay, Kim
Yeah.
wants to pop up your bottle.
It says, let me find the interview with Dave
Explaining his side about him not being revealed and never been invited to
Yeah, but
celebrations.
Yeah. So,
Anywho.
He finds it interesting. Many fans around his age likes prequels best, but OG is my favorite. Well, I mean, and honestly, Spencer, I mean, it really just depends on what you grew up with. I mean, obviously, you're saying you like the OG are your favorites, but again, I mean, even though
Right.
OT.
Because that's what he grew up with.
PT, and then I'm mad at the ST.
yeah.
You notice I never mentioned ST in that whole thing about talking what movies we're watching.
Not one time. Then at the end,
But yeah, I mean, well, heck, I mean, I've got friends who literally, I talked to them after Attack of the Clones, and they're like, "You're actually watching that crap?" I went, "What? Oh, Star Wars is only the first 3." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "There's these 3 new movies coming out. They're explaining Anakin upbringing." And they're like, "Yeah, no, that's not Star Wars." I'm like, "Okay, got it. Won't talk to you about Star Wars anymore." Whatever. But anyways,
It says my first Star Wars movie was Clone Wars.
yeah, see, this all is
Animated.
depending
I
on your
remember watching
perspective
it a lot.
and what generation you started watching it.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, I mean, in the zombie review, box reviews, and he grew up watching the prequel, that
Prequel to
yeah, PT, and then always have they always have a special place in his heart, and he remembers, but he does prefer the OT. And again, I mean, without the OT, you don't get the
Yeah.
You don't
You
get
know, the
anything
prequel.
else.
Yeah.
You get
Oh,
nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I will always put Empire because that was my very first movie I ever saw in the theater as my number one movie. It's always going to be ranked number one because of the fact that was the first one I saw in the theater. That's the one that went, oh, wow.
Well, yeah, and it's the same with Return of the Jedi.
So by the time I get to, finally get to see Star Wars end up becoming a New Hope, I already know who these characters are.
Well, yeah, and that
so it's not. I mean, there's a few, like Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru that, like, okay, well, they were in the Empire, but everyone else, oh, this guy is actually alive, not a Force ghost.
Well, yeah, but it's also what when you and I were discussing this too. It's also what I said. Yours for you is Empire. Me, it's Return of the Jedi because it's the first one I saw in the theater.
That's not the first one I saw in theater, but I love that year for very good reasons.
Yeah.
And 83 was a great year.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, 83 was a great.
Yeah,
83 was a great year. I mean, heck, later in September of this year, which eventually would become my favorite band release, there's first major studio release.
Yep.
So, but no, I mean, other than that, I mean, honestly, besides Jedi Rocks out of the special editions, I mean, even off the original the first album that came out in 83, there's not a song bad on it.
No.
Then again, you're talking about John Williams.
Oh, John Williams is amazing.
I don't even think Williams wrote Jedi Rocks. So you can't really count that one.
Yeah. Well, it's what I said, and you actually alluded to it earlier, Nicole, is John Williams is actually put up there with like Sebastian Bach.
Sebastian Bach.
Well, for our modern
hold it. He is not.
No.
He is better than Sebastian Bach of Skid Row.
I meant whatever.
Of our generation.
Yeah. And for me, after studying like Bach, Mozart, the other one, Beethoven, and then looking at what John Williams does, for me, he's put up in that category for me only because I studied the classical music when I was in college for part of my degree, for part of my associate's degree I got. But it's like he is considered one of the greatest composers of all time. And he's actually put up there with the composers of old as one of them.
Yeah, it is Johann Sebastian.
Yeah, I just forgot the Johann.
Right, but you say Sebastian Bach, and it's like, well, we're talking Skid Row.
I know who you're talking about, and my brain wasn't even thinking Johann, but as soon as she said it, I was like, yeah, she's right. It was Johann.
Anyways, the music composed and arranged by Jerry Hay on Jedi Rocks. So it wasn't even George Lucas, or it wasn't even John Williams. No wonder that song sucks. No, what?
The girl says Johann Sebastian Bach. Kim was damn close.
Yeah, I know she was. I mean, his middle name is Sebastian.
We're trying. It's been a long weekend.
Oh gosh, right?
Yeah.
That's why this show's over.
We'll have our
matter of fact, you know what? This is for the three of us.
Please get your shit together.
We'll have our shit together Friday, Tuesday. Okay?
Yes, we will.
We may or we may not.
Yes, we will. Kim and I, we will be on it. We're gonna be on fire in this month of June.
Okay, well, good. You guys can be on. You go outside and be on fire then, because I don't want the house burning down. Anyway.
Hey, Kelly, that's who I hung out with yesterday. That's who I hung out with.
Yeah.
I know it's out of context, but that's all right. All right. Aw, there he is.
But anyways, get if you can find the album. I mean, obviously, those three albums, the original releases of all three of the movies, are my must try to get on LP. They trying to buy the original copies, it costs you some dough.
Yeah, it is.
At least right now. Maybe when LPs go back to being vinyls go back to being not a thing, I might be able to get him for a steal again.
You might.
But yeah.
Hush your mouth.
What?
LP's not be. Hush your mouth.
Oh, I figure, you know, they'll probably stick around about another probably 20 years and then it'll die off again. I don't think they'll be around. They might be, who knows?
We'll see.
I mean, heck, I never expected them to come back in my lifetime, so.
And they did.
And they did, yes. Shocker.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I like Shocker. We need to do Shocker.
That's it. I could just see that whole scene in that movie.
Nice. Yabaldo got to see as an 8-year kid, got to watch the original Star Wars.
Nice.
It was funny. I was actually talking to my mom. I'm like, do you remember why I didn't get to see Star Wars? And then we were talking about it and we were deducting everything and realizing when Star Wars came out, we were actually moving from one state to another. So
Yeah.
that's why I didn't get to see it.
Yep.
Because by the time they got in this new place, they were trying to get money saved so we could move out of our grandparents' house. We only there for like a month, moved in one apartment, and then they found another house. So I mean,
Yeah.
Mom, Dad didn't have the money to even take me to the theater back then.
Mama don't sing it. Sorry,
But-
song just finally struck up in my head. That was not Return
And
of the
your
Jedi.
mama don't dance, your daddy don't rock.
Daddy don't rock and roll.
Anyways, anything else on Return of the Jedi?
I think I've just enjoyed just the relaxation of it all. Very low key, not going into very deep thoughts. Just because
No, I mean,
it's the weekend, y'all.
right. That's probably a good thing. We're
Just
not
have fun.
overworking our brains.
Yes. Exactly.
Anywho,
Right. Right. I agree. Okay. Let's talk about Jedi Rocks for a little bit here. I brought this up to Kim. I said, here's the thing is, the Jedi have been gone. Then you figure by this time the Jedi are gone.
Well, yeah.
You know, they don't know, there's no need. So why would you even have a song called Jedi Rocks? Let alone in Jabba's palace. I mean, wouldn't that be automatic Rancor?
You think, but it depends. But also, you got to look at it from the other side of the coin too.
maybe the Jedi kicked rocks. I don't know.
Who knows? But you got to realize something too. How steep in this galaxy culture of Star Wars was the legend of the Jedi? How steep did it go to where it actually, that song? Oh my gosh. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is, yeah, the Jedi were gone by the time this song was actually performed, but was it because it was off of legend that everybody had heard?
It's true. All of it.
It's true.
Anyway, the thing is when you come down to it, I can't listen to Jedi Rocks. I would check out this life. I had to listen to it again and check out this life. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where probably when I walked out of the theater again, I was like, why? What was wrong with the original?
Yeah.
As far as like all the extra stuff added in, the dancers dancing. I mean, but for me, it really comes down to Lucas is doing Lucas things because he had the technology.
Yes.
Obviously, that's part of the reason why we got the prequels.
Yeah, that is.
He wanted to show off CGI.
Yeah, I did.
And when we saw what CGI could do.
Yeah.
And the thing was he kept doing, and that's what they did with this. I mean, part of the special editions too, and this is why everyone. I mean, you're never going to get the original trilogy released the original way they were shown in the theaters. One, when they went back to do the special edition, they had to clean up as much of the film as they could.
And some of it was,
so deteriorated they had to redo it in the computer.
Yeah, they did.
And that's where a lot of stuff got added also.
Yeah.
Especially on A New Hope.
Yeah.
That's why, there's, so there is a lot where there's no version of the original trilogy on a master taping or, master part of it.
No, there's
that was shown in the theaters because, when Star Wars first came out, it was Star Wars.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't Episode 4, A New Hope.
No, it was just Star Wars.
That wasn't until Empire.
Yeah.
Or, I think it was, I see 78. I think 78 because he knew he was going to make Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So he went back in and put Episode 4, A New Hope.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It had been there's no original masters left because by the time they did the special editions, it had sat so long in the vault that a lot of it was deteriorated.
And that's
over
the problem
time.
with film.
Yeah.
It's the problem with film. It's the problem with cassette tapes. It's, even master tapes.
Yeah.
If these record companies don't take care of this stuff,
then they just deteriorate.
It's just going to deteriorate bad, and you're not going to have the original masters.
No, you're not.
And that's why a lot of the original masters, regardless of what type of music it is, they're now out there literally just digitizing as much as they can.
Yeah.
So they can preserve what was originally recorded.
And what is left of the original masters.
Because the problem is, and then the bad thing is, every time you make a copy off of a master, it's not as great.
No.
You got the original master copy, which is gonna be the perfect copy. The next step is, next copy of it is not as great. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse to keep it down. That's one thing, at least digitizing did save a lot of it.
Yeah, it did.
Even in music, even though they turned around and compressed the music, and that's where they screwed up, I thought. But that's just another topic, another day. And Jedi Rocks equals Palpatine's in-universe propaganda that the Jedi were on crack. Love it, Isaac.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, so get a chance, search eBay for the I know nobody wants to listen to Jedi Rocks, and yes, I will walk over here and skip the friggin' song on CD. I will do it no matter what. But other than that, I will listen to these all the way through.
Yes, I will.
And it doesn't matter. Again, or I'll walk out of the room, or I'll hit mute on my stereo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll go do something else.
Yeah.
Get away from Jedi Rocks. But that's the only song I would skip on this whole, regardless of special edition or regular edition.
Yeah.
It's the only one I would skip.
Yep.
But okay, I'm serious. Any final words this time?
It's been a good night. It's been fun.
It has.
Again, keep it low key. We're on good people. We're low key.
Disney animated villains.
Yeah.
It's Disney Monster this Tuesday. I'm so excited because we hopefully have something coming up, which we can't talk about. But this week at least we can say that we're going to be talking about Disney.
It's a secret until we can
get some stuff officially out there. Yeah.
Until we get officially say something. But
it's gonna be a fun Disney month. We're doing kind of our own version of fun stuff. So I'm excited. Yeah. I'm gonna start throwing out some tweets tonight, like for your favorite Disney villains, Disney villain songs, and kind of see what people like. And yeah.
Right. Well, make sure you're following Nicole on her social media. And Nicole, where can they find you on your social media?
Me? Well, I will, of course, be tagging Used and Abused. I am Nicole, a piece of love of fandoms on both Instagram, Twitter, as well as TikTok. But I will also be tagging, of course, our Used and Abused because, the more the merrier. We want to make sure we share all of that good stuff. So
Animated.
And I think we're going to go correct this. I think we're pretty much going to go Disney animated villains because we could easily do a Pixar all on its own.
Yeah. Poor unfortunate. Never mind.
Poor unfortunate soul.
It's me. Yep. That's what's good. Yeah.
What the hell did I just sign up for?
That's what I said, Scott. We got this. It'll be fun.
Cool. You guys got this. I'll take the month off.
Not even do research, and Kim and I would be like, "We got this."
Well, then you guys don't need me on the show. I can take a month off.
No, you're not.
No.
Damn it.
No.
Still trying to get out. Why?
Because
she said so.
Oh, because she said so. You think what she says I hear?
Yeah, but I'm really excited because I think what's going to be fun about this week or almost any week that we talk about is that we're also going to be able to include the music. And I think that's going to be really good. You know what I should do? I should go put Unfortunate Souls against Be Prepared and see what wins.
be prepared.
I already know which one I'm choosing.
Then Ursula's Unfortunate Souls. The 1989 version.
I already know which one I'm choosing.
Oh yeah, I know which one you choose too.
Spencer.
Oh Lord. We mean the go live button. Heck, she wouldn't even know how to set up the StreamYard.
You know, there's a little bit of truth to that.
A little bit of truth.
All right.
Anyways, yes, Tuesday night we are doing Disney animated
Villains.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Yes, we're doing a Disney animated
Disney
villain.
animated villains. Disney, not Pixar, just Disney.
Yes.
We can easily do that a whole nother month.
Yeah, we can do Pixar another time
Yes.
because Pixar, even though they is part of Disney, they do their own thing. So
They do.
yeah, and again, thank you everyone here.
Cruella. How could we talk about that? Cruella.
DeVille.
Cruella.
Cruella DeVille.
Oh man, she's up there, y'all. You don't understand. I've cosplayed her. I will send pictures. I'll have pictures for you guys for Tuesday night. I have cosplayed Cruella DeVille before. It
Nice.
fun as hell.
Nice.
I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on this special night or special evening that we recorded on Sunday or did a live show on a Sunday. We want to thank y'all. Thank everybody who subscribed and got us to over 100. I have to go look now to see where we're really at. So again, thank you. We do really appreciate it.
Dale, Tuesday. I said Tuesday. It did happen. Tuesday. I'll show you.
Yes.
And until
Tuesday.
Watch Sidebar Cantina tomorrow night.
Yes.
By the way,
About 5:30.
yes. I'm like, what?
5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central.
Yep.
And they're talking about Han Solo movie,
Yeah, the solo movie. Yes.
revisiting it. So we'll see how David and Jason think about it. And of course, always the special of the lovely Hennifer makes an appearance
Yes.
at the end of the show.
Yes.
Always a great moment. And until Tuesday night, I am Scott.
I am Kim.
I'm Nicole.
We are using abuse. Have a great night. And we'll see you guys a couple days.
Yep. Tuesday. Same time, same channel.
Peace. Good night, everybody.
Night.